and I'm just wondering if she's moving to New York next. What if the world can change me? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Let's just jump right in. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan returned to California after knockout New York tour. And this is the kind of dress she should have been wearing in New York. Cute, huh? It's a nice summer frock. Instead, she went there in the most conservative, expensive winter clothes that she could find. And everyone has, of course, said, oh my goodness, I'm reading this article from Bazaar. Sorry. And it's written by Omid Scobie. So expect that I might get struck or striked or whatever. Yeah, so he's just talking about how knockout amazing the tour was. Okay, that makes sense now. And that all her team greeted her at the airport, and that's how you could tell that it was such a big success. Her team? Why does she have a team though? This is not a royal, this is not sanctioned by the crown. It's not sanctioned by anything, you know. They compare this a lot to when Princess Diana did a tour of New York and what it is really like to have a royal sanctioned tour. But they did a lot of other extra stuff that made it look official, but it really wasn't. And I just can't believe that I read this article and not even notice it was by Omid Scobie. Hey Omid, what's up? Anyway, the thing about this tour is that I talked a lot about her outfits and stuff and how expensive they are in the last video. I also talked about the fact that they were not appropriate for the weather. She's so out of touch with reality. It's cringe-worthy to watch. She doesn't have any taste. She's still doing the trestles, you know, the part with the trestles, and like the outfits she's choosing. I'm looking at the white dress. I think it's a, what is it, a Valentino or whatever. This white short dress, her best assets are probably not her legs, so I don't get that. Also, she's not that tall, and she seems to have been like trying to, because you know Catherine is very tall. This is my take, okay? Catherine's really tall, so it seems like she's trying to look as tall as Catherine. I don't know if she was on stilts in those pantsuits, but she was definitely coming up to the height of Harry, which is impossible for her. Look, the most important thing I want to say about this, I have a big problem with them going and seeing these underprivileged children trying to sell a book which is about a non-ethnic child and a non-ethnic dad. In most of the media they're probably seeing white children. But in their real life, they're not seeing that. They're seeing people who look like them. So it would have been nice if she didn't read that fucking book to them. Also, she could have, to make her message more genuine, she could have actually brought her child, Archie, and sat him down with them and said, you know, here he is, this is my child, and I wrote a book about children because I have a child, and this book is about him too. It would have taught him that everybody is really the same. All children are really the same. It's not because we want to see him so much. We know what he looks like pretty much. I mean, whatever. But it's that showing giving of your child. That's why I like to have my son sometimes in my videos, because it's a memory. It's something that, you know, means something. What she's doing here means nothing. Driving up and down Escalades like a rapper in New York City and dressing like Kris Kardashian. By the way, that Max Mara coat, the camel colored coat and the black turtleneck, literally the Kardashians have been doing that 20 years ago. And the big sunglasses. And she's now trying to like be that. I mean, she's so unoriginal. Like, Kris Kardashian, please come for your clothes from this woman. Anyway, I've gone a bit off topic here, so let me just check myself. A lot of people talked about this visit being disingenuous because she's known as a liar now ever since the Oprah interview, and how is it that anyone has sanctioned this? We did have Kathy Hochul, Bloomberg, philanthropy, CEO, Patricia Harris. I don't know any of these women, but I know they were dressed in summer dresses, looking cool and breezy, and this bitch came out here like Darth Vader. And this bitch came out here like Star Wars. Like, I don't know. I think they should be ashamed of themselves for entertaining this couple for promoting their Netflix series, because that's not what they're doing. We know that's what they're doing. They were mic'd up and they were basically going to put together something that makes them look like philanthropists and the royal family located in the United States representing, and what their life is really like, when actually all of it was about photo ops, different outfit changes, ridiculous amounts of money. Imagine going to the projects and not thinking what you're wearing. Like, even driving through certain areas, you think about what you're driving, how you're appearing, right? So imagine doing a whole entire tour of underprivileged neighborhoods and not considering what you're wearing, those diamonds that are worth how much, thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, the outfits that nobody's ever been able to buy in a year's wages or whatever. Imagine just thinking about yourself and how you appear on camera. And by the way, you have no taste. So what you're actually doing is wearing expensive stuff that doesn't even look good on you. I hope she doesn't get away with this. Like, this is what I think though. I think she hasn't got away with it. I think she's actually canceled in California. That's the word on the street, is that she's been canceled in California. And I'm just wondering if she's moving to New York next, because she said she loved New York and she's so happy to be back in New York. I wonder if that's her next move in order to get close to Washington, D.C., get close to politics, you know, start rallying around the few people in New York that have enough tolerance to tolerate her in politics. Bill de Blasio, I don't know very much about him and I don't really talk about politics, but I feel like he's let himself down, because he has a proud black woman as a wife. He has proud mixed race children, which is very important because they are 100% proud of both sides of their ethnicity, and they embrace their cultural identity, and she doesn't. So what a mistake to entertain her. You kind of should be ashamed of yourself at this point, because what are you teaching your children? I mean, your children look like they're very strong and they're very grounded, but by entertaining her, and like I said, all these other children too, when they look up Meghan Markle, they're going to see a lot of stuff that she had never identified as anything but white, even though her mother looks like that. So she was in denial of the other part of her heritage. And in such a multicultural place like New York, I think Bill de Blasio should consider not only his family, but also the impact that that would have on the rest of New York. There are so many things I wanted to talk about. I know people are getting canceled a lot from talking about Meghan and Harry, but I try to keep a pretty fair and balanced view. I know some people are going through some problems. I don't really want to talk too much about it because I don't want to actually face those same problems. My problems were coming through copyright issues, because Omid Scobie suddenly became a problem when I tried to film excerpts from that show that he was on, where he was speaking. And there's so many ways I could have hid that properly. I could have done for advice time. You can just do a different background, especially if it's a moving background. You put a background over the video, under the video, and it's moving. It confuses the robots. And then you could also, mute it, do captions. There's so many things I could have done, but I didn't want to waste my time doing that because I thought, I mean, whatever. So next time I'll know. But this is an article that he wrote, so hopefully he won't mind me talking about it. They've spent a lot of money. They've taken private jets. They spent the most money. I mean, they really acted like it's not really the way of the royals how they behaved. They've just splurged, and Harry just looks like a captured soul, really. But it's interesting because my son's birthday is coming up. He's gonna be 6. Oh my god, my baby is growing up, and I cherish every moment with him. If people want to give any gifts, they're gonna do a donation so that we can send it to his 2 favorite charities here on this island. And one of them he's fascinated with is drivability jersey, which is for people who can't operate a vehicle because of their handicap you know? So they have like, they can control everything from the steering wheel, and he's obsessed with cars. So he just thought that was the best thing ever, that anybody could be able to drive a car. And just as something as simple as that, I've had to go through a lot of communication to explain to the charities that we want to donate this money. And it all has to be very well documented. They've been back and forth with me. They want to use some pictures of him for their social media, that he's decided to do this instead of getting presents. And it's a lot. But surely they could give us more information about this Archwell stuff. Harry and Meghan will be increasingly visible over the months ahead as they unveil more work happening with their Archwell Foundation. Really? And you want people to donate? You have a whole entire website of people can donate, but you haven't said anything what you're doing. So I'm just putting it in real life perspective as me, as a normal person in this world. They're doing something very shady. Anyway, any of the parents that want to know what's happening for my son's birthday can easily find out that this is an actual thing that has been set up. So why can't I find out what is being set up with Archwell? Unveiling is happening. Yet they have a donation button, right? I do also have another thing. Don't go on Archwell website at all, please. Like, don't. Because since I went on that website, and I've heard other people say this, I didn't believe them. I thought it was all hocus pocus. But since I went on that website, I've been getting email after email after email after. I just have so many emails from all over the world that I have to unsubscribe to, unsubscribe. Why? I never went on your website. Since I went on Archwell, that started happening, because it never happened to me before. I have a good Gmail account. Usually it gives me no problems. So I would just like to advise you on that as well. Be careful. Don't even go on the website. Oh, I was supposed to watch this thing. And also, I am going back to the Escaping the Palace review of that movie. I am going back to it. Like I said, I've been moving and shifting and setting up all kinds of things which are not properly set up as yet. But I am going to continue to review that terrible movie. Oh, that's where it was. Okay, so people have been saying this thing. This is one thing I want to clear up. You see, because I am actually balanced and fair, I want to clear up this part about where they say that Harry is pushing away the children that are coming towards him. He's clearly tickling them. He's trying to be goofy. He's trying to be spoofy. He's tickling them, making them laugh. It's clear that he's not pushing them away. And I don't understand why anyone thought that's what he was doing. One thing about Harry, though, is that he is used to doing work with children that he doesn't know. Like, he is used to that. You know, to say that she's a this and a that and whatever because of her upbringing, that's one thing. But he has actually been doing this his whole life. He has been spending his time, giving his time to people he doesn't know. So he's not going to go there and suddenly push away children. And it's very obvious. From the time I first watched the clip, I was like, but that's not what he's doing. He's tickling them. My husband does it. Honestly, I don't believe in tickling children, whatever, but apparently British men do. And he's just tickling those kids. And if people are saying that and they're getting shut down, then that's their problem. These people are public. They give their lives to public service. And for him to suddenly in 2021, after having children himself, allegedly, to just be like that to children, I don't think that's fair. So anyways, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, give a thumbs up. And I also, for my second channel, if you have not seen it yet, please go over there to Leilani of Jersey. And I have another video coming up about Jersey. I'm shooting it tomorrow, so it should come up soon. Thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah.